Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Profotex Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning WordPress Gutenberg tutorial for beginners. This is our part 7. Inside this video session guys, we will work with the quote as well as button WordPress blog. In the last video, we had seen about the use of pull quotes as well as classic WP editor. Back to browser, and if we click on the post, let's create a new post to understand the new blocks and something. Let's say post number, and I am placing the video number. So this is post number 7. Pressing tab button. Now inside this, if we want to add the new block, so simply either we can click on this plus icon or inside this plus icon. So I am to clicking on it here, and if we click on this common blocks, so inside these common blocks we have a quote here. So where actually we can use this quote block in our WordPress site, we will see and in a second. So just click on the quote section. So successfully we have integrated about the quote Gutenberg block inside this post. Now here inside this block, as we can see here, that is write a quote. So we need to provide that. So here we need to provide the quote, and here we have to provide the citation. So let's say that we have a website. Inside that website, I want to show our director messages, or let's say our SEO messages on that site. If we can see inside right hand side, so here inside this quote section, as we can see that this is the message given, and here we have the author name. So simply if we want to show our director messages or SEO messages inside our website, so this is the useful block for this. So let's say that if I copy this quotes, go here, now inside this I am pasting it here. Now inside this citation we need to pass the author name. So if I copy, pasting it here. Now if we save all these changes, so click on publish, we are ready to publish this post. Click on view post, open to a new tab, and inside this post number 7, as we can see here, now this is properly aligned. This is our quote content, and this is already what this content provided by. So simple, here we have the director message as well as our director name. So simply this is the use of quotes inside this Gutenberg block. Now let's say that instead of this simple text, if we click on this, go to styles. So right now as we can see inside this styles, we have large block selected. But by default when we add this block to this post, by default it will select default here. So again if I change to default layout, so let's say default, click on this update post, go here, reload this page, and as we can see now this is the default layout of this quote section. If we want to make the two quotes into a single line, so we have to add a column here. So click on this plus icon, click on columns. Now this is for the two quotes. Click on the first, adding this first quote, and let's say first simple quote by OWT. Let's say quote 1, and this is simply by this author. And inside this second block I am to add one more quote here. So let's say that second simple quote for quote 2. So if we can see that right now we have two columns and two published quotes. Click on update, go to front end, reload this page. Now this time inside this layout we have two codes provided. This is our first code and this is our second code. So this is all about the use of codes inside this Gutenberg block. Inside our previous versions of WordPress, if we want to provide such type of functionality, we have to use inside classic WordPress editor, what we have seen inside last video. But inside this Gutenberg, we have a separate block to make these codes attractive codes in our WordPress site. Now inside the second block, we need to say inside this video all about the callback, means call to action button. It means, let's say that we have a website. Inside a website, we want to place a button. Simply let's say join us. We have a community, means community of developer. We want that when someone clicks on that button, we want to simply sign up of that user. Or instead of sign up button, we want to provide our contact number so that he or she will contact to our organization. So let's add a call to action button. So I'm going to click on this plus icon, go here. If I scroll down to this layout elements, and inside this layout elements, we have an option called button here. So click on this button. While clicking on this button, this is the button appearance. As we can see, inside this, we can provide our own content. So let's say that if I open about the blog of our online web tutor, go here. So let's say that click here for blogs. So simply when anyone click on this button, we can redirect on this URL. Click on update, back to this front end layout, click on this reload page, and here we can see that now we have a button here. This is call to action button. So instead of redirecting to our blog URL, if suppose we can place our call button here, or let's say a simple sign up button here, we can place it too. So simply redirecting to our blogs, let's say that we have our online web tutor YouTube channel URL. Go here. Instead of this blog URL, I am pasting our YouTube URL, and we want that these buttons should be center aligned. So click on that, align center, and also if we want to customize some color, so here we have called the background color. Click on custom color. Let's say that we want that this should be our color, and the text color we want, so if we need to click it here, and this is our text color of this button. So if we save all these changes, click on this button, go to front end, reload this page, and now this is all about our button settings. So instead of this blogs, let's change it to something YouTube. And also inside these settings, instead of this color setting, we also have our border settings. So we want that, let's say border radius should be 20, and this is now curved inside this border. Also if we want that when someone clicks on that button, so simply redirecting the URL into the same tab we want to open into a new tab, so we need to enable it here. And this is something like that. So we have inside this styles, we have two means styles available. By default it is fill. In the second we have sub outline. If I click on update, go here, reload this page. Now this time we have an outline. This time we have some border radius, and also if we click on this button, then it will open the URL into a new tab instead of opening into a same tab. So this is the use of guys our button block as well as our means codes block inside this Gutenberg. So inside this video session guys, if you went out, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.